We're going straight up now.
Take two.
Let's do it.
Listen, guys, I'm not even going to hit the intro anymore. We'll give it a second, though. I hit go live.
No.
Apparently, you have to hit go live twice. Heads up to those of you using Premiere. Anyway.
Are we live now?
We are live now.
Okay.
Hey, guys. Sorry about that. That's my fault.
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh, that's good. That's good stuff right there.
Anyways,
Julie has wet hair.
That's what I was just saying.
Because, life. And I've spent my day in sunglasses because life. We didn't go live because life.
Yes. So I had a crazy day. It's actually, no, it wasn't even the day. It was the week because we were away last week and we have to catch up, right? We have to catch up on everything. I'm still not unpacked. So tired the first couple of days. And if you can hear it in my voice, I caught a little something.
Yeah.
But good news. It's not the big C word because I have taken a test most recently and before, and we're still negative. So I think I'm run down. I ran my body down. So
yeah. Well, I had cataract surgery on Tuesday because I got shot in the eye with a paintball gun back in 1999. And as a result, they told me I would have an early cataract, and they were right. So I have walked around all day, everywhere I went, grocery store, orthodontist, anywhere, in my sunglasses. So that's fun.
You're rocking them.
So if I put them on during the live, that's why.
That's why.
I'm still.
And that screen light. Can you turn your screen down?
Huh?
Can you turn your screen down?
Well, it's the lights over my head that's so bright.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really nice because I can see again. Yay.
For those of you too, you'll see me doing this too. And Laura's like, Amanda's like, are you okay? I said, yeah, because we were rushing around to get under here. And if you don't live stream, we have lights all around us because otherwise it's really dark and you can't see anything.
Josh, you hush your mouth downstairs.
So thanks for coming in, guys. How many people do we have in the chat? Let's see what do we got here.
3 million.
Woo! Hello, everybody. Let's see who was first up in here.
Yes, Tony, I did join a rock band. I did. I joined it Tuesday morning.
Hi, Tony. Cruise Nuts.
Jennifer,
Embarkation Nation. Hello.
Yeah, I see. Jimmy Jaggers. I can see you, but apparently I can't read.
And the most beautiful Laura from Huddle Adventures.
Yes. I see Josh and Brian in the house. Half Pitt and Brian from Cruise.
Brian's here.
Auntie
trying to photobomb me a minute ago.
I'm still bitter that I got to meet Auntie Nene and I didn't. Just saying.
Jimmy Joggers. Hello. Oh, good ear. Wait, was that Auntie Nene? Did I see that? Auntie Nene, are you in here?
Oh, I'm jealous you got to meet her and I didn't.
Tell you. I wish that, you know what? I didn't even think I didn't have an opportunity to. I could have had a picture of her.
You did take a picture with her.
No, I know. I could have showed it here.
Oh.
Anthony ran into her within the first hour or two of being on the ship. We were all walking around, but it was so big. So, hold on. Do you mind? We have Laura waiting in the green room. So we're going to talk to 500 hungry travelers. But I think we have to take just a second to talk about this past week.
Hi.
Can we do that?
Yeah, let's do it.
So last week, Brian and I went on the NCL Norwegian breakaway out of Louisiana on the Vloggers Extravaganza. It was so much fun. Guys, hands down, it was just a great cruise. And because it was out of Louisiana, we got to go see Josh and Amanda.
Yay!
So, yes. And Huddle and Fedgers went down there too. And, you guys showed us such a great time. And we had
so much fun with y'all. Y'all don't even know. I know that y'all are like, oh, thank you for being so gracious, blah, blah, not blah, blah, blah in a bad way, but blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But we had so much fun hanging out with you guys. It was so fun. We had a blast.
I wish we could have gotten down there earlier, but so now we're going to this kid's going to lead right into some of the mom stuff. I wish we would have gotten down there earlier, but we left on Katie's birthday.
Right. You had to figure it. Obviously that's more important always.
Yeah. Katie's 8 and there was no way that we were leaving her on her birthday. Yeah. So, we flew down a little bit later, but we still got to see you guys, still got to hang out a little bit. And then we got on the cruise and Auntie Nene was one of the first people I saw, but there was the 4 hosts were Josh Holcomb from Cruise with Josh. And can I tell you, I was just so excited to meet his mom. Her name is, they call her Mama Holcomb, but it's Ann Holcomb. And she's such a lovely lady. And the dynamic between those two on the ship, because she came with him, it was just the two of them, was fantastic. It was awesome.
Yeah. I have seen a little bit of footage of her talking behind the mic. I see Brian's arm. He's right beside you.
You know, he's trying to throw bomb.
Try to steal our thunder. But anyways, and
it's moderating for me, so keep it good.
It looks like their chemistry, like they are just great.
They really, really are. Then you have Jamie and Sharon from Sharon to Sea that were also one of the hosts. And Sharon, I mean, they grew up with Matthew cruising, and it was his birthday on embarkation day, so the day after Katie.
Nice.
So, and it was his 18th birthday.
Oh wow, so, that was a big one.
Yeah, it was a really big one. So I think everybody made it really special. Lots of people brought him gifts on the ship, and he got to go to the casino for the first time. So that was really special.
Yes.
And you have Jason and Elisa were hosts, and they're EECC, and they are EECC is actually the initials of their kids.
Yes.
So, and you know, they have families. And then you got the lovely Jenny B and Tony. Now Jenny B couldn't make it, unfortunately. Yeah. But Tony did step up and in. And anyway, all of them families, all of them parents, and well, not Josh, but Josh's mama was there. So and
he's about to get married, right?
He's getting married in April. Yeah. So and then there was a ton of others. But enough about that. There's enough of other content out there about that. But I did want to pull the mother aspect into that. You know, cruising is for families. It is for kids. You can do it with kids of all ages.
And you should.
Yes.
You know, it's so fun.
So your kids started a little bit older than my kids did.
They did. Our first cruise was in 2019.
Yeah.
And so we I don't know how old they were then, like 7 and 9 or something. I can't math. It's too late.
Well, yeah, Katie was a little bit younger, but yeah, so they were about my kids' ages when they started. You just guys, your kids are older.
Right.
Any really good picky eater stories?
My kids eat anything.
And you guys don't have any allergies or anything, right?
No, we don't have any food allergies. So I'm really excited for tonight's topic because as a travel agent, you know, if I get asked these questions, I love that I will gain the knowledge tonight to be able to inform my clients as well.
Yes, I think it's great information to have. And I have friends, actually, we just went on a group cruise. Actually, hold on. We need to bring her in here, okay? We need to bring her in here. We're talking about her. We're talking without her. It's been almost 10 minutes. This is Laura from 5 Hungry Travelers. I got her. Here we go. Laura, are you ready?
You ready? Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's good.
Oh, yeah.
There she is.
Hi. Laura, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you for being here.
Thank you for coming. We've been talking about this forever, right? Like, and
this has been in the works for months. I'm gonna say months.
It has. Me and Amanda kept saying we need to have, you know, a guest. We need to have a guest, and you know, there's lots of people that would be wonderful. But I said, you know what? Laura has such a great topic. She's got such a great family, and we'd love to have her on. So
yes,
she's like, yes.
We've got the kid aspect, guys.
Yeah. So what were we talking about when I said, wait, we got to pull her in?
Picky eater.
Oh, picky eaters. Yeah. Now, my kids, I do have picky eaters, but we have no allergies. You have dietary needs and restrictions, which is what makes you the expert in this. Your whole family kind of does that. So how did you decide to start vlogging?
Oh, well, actually, so we changed our diet in 2020 around when my son was diagnosed with ADHD. I know lots of kids, because of their ADHD, start medication to help them function in the classroom. And we were about to go down that road, but someone said, have you tried changing what he eats and see if it has any effect on his behavior? And we thought, okay, I mean, we'll give it a shot. We have no problem with medication, but let's see, you know, how this works first. Mm-hmm. And it ended up being so helpful for him. And we decided the easiest way to change a 7-year-old's diet is not to eat things in front of him that he can't have. So the whole thing was the change. So we're all gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free.
Wow.
Yeah. And for personal reasons, I was already mostly pescatarian. And so I'm used to kind of when I would cruise or vacation, have to figure out what were the things on the menu that worked for me. And the list got way smaller.
Get in the frame here. I'm going to do this for everybody else out there because I had to Google it. Can you tell everybody what does pescatarian mean?
You're a vegetarian that eats fish, but you don't eat chicken and beef and meat. So vegetarian plus fish.
Okay.
Yes.
So we went on the Anthem of the Seas last year for spring break with Royal, and we love using YouTube as a resource whenever we vacation. And so we were really excited to search, what can I find gluten-free on the Anthem of the Seas? And y'all, there was nothing on there. And so the whole cruise, my husband, Nick, kept going, you should make a video. It's a public service. You would be putting that out for people that were like us that needed the information. And the whole time I kept going, no, stop. And finally on the last day, he said, last chance. And I took my phone and ran around the ship getting B-roll and sat down and made my first video.
Nice.
So yeah, that was spring break. And all because we want folks who are going on cruises, going on trips. We go to Disney a lot, so we cover food at Disney, to be able to find things to feed their families.
Yeah.
Kind of important.
Yeah.
Especially if you're out, you're not home, you want to enjoy your vacation. And we're talking cruise ships too. I mean, because it's not like you can get to the grocery store. It's not like you can call, a delivery service or anything like that. So super, super important.
Yeah.
I think we just went on our last group cruise in June of 2022 on Oasis of the Seas. And we went with friends of ours who live locally, and she has 4 kids, and they have a lot of dietary needs and restrictions as well. And each kid is a little bit different, and some of them are more involved than others. And she had so many questions before we went. And the first thing, actually, one of my vlogs, I got caught her. The first thing she was doing was going up to asking, like, what is safe? Like, what can I tell my kids they can have? And what can we do?
Yeah.
So, I mean, what's your best tip for traveling with this,
the one tip?
Or should we save the one for the end? I don't know.
Honestly, the most important thing on cruises is communication. And so a lot of times people that, especially people with a gluten allergy, especially folks with celiac, before they go anywhere, they do all this research and learn all they can about the menu. Usually you show up at a restaurant and you get your menu and everyone's looking at the menu and you just kind of pretend that you're choosing because you already know. You did all the research. You picked out your meal days ago. So you're just, but when you're on a cruise, a lot of times you can't find the exact menu in advance. You don't know exactly how they're going to accommodate for special dietary needs because those change depending on supply chain and things. And so it takes a lot of communication and trusting your staff, knowing that you've got a crew that's going to take care of you. And that's why I love developing a relationship with your server and having the same server. A lot of people think that your best bet might be to go to the buffet because there's a bazillion options, but then you're dealing with a lot of crew and possible cross-contamination with people reusing a spoon in something that had something on it that you don't want exposure to. And so you're actually better off probably doing the main dining room. Or, I mean, we've had really good luck with specialty dining restaurants because the service is always over the top there. But I think developing a relationship with your server and communicating, we had a hard time on that spring break trip because everyone was, all the crew was still masked.
Oh, yeah.
And
You're very hard to understand under a mask.
Yeah. I almost feel like we need a do-over unmasked.
Yeah, no doubt. And I was going to say, and we've only ever sold, what's their name? Carnival. And one thing I've noticed that's, I guess, new maybe or new-ish is they have like a stand at the buffet. And it's for people with food allergies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a section at Royal that was the gluten-free section. Okay. So you had a kind of an idea of where you could go find someone to help you that knew about your special
I,
needs.
I like that they're starting to do that now for families that need it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do when you order something and the kids don't like it? Do you have backup? Like, do you?
One of the things that's really helpful is that a lot of times, if it's for a medical reason, they're okay with you bringing snacks on board. And I hate to do that and take up space in your luggage, but sometimes it's necessary. And so I do bring backup snacks. I mean, I already know the rules for, can I bring some wine or beer on board for mom and dad?
Mm-hmm.
So can I bring a few extra things for my kids? And I do have things on hand. But on a cruise, there's always tons of fruit available.
Mm-hmm.
And then you figure out a day or two in where your safe go-tos are, and you keep hitting the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
I was actually just thinking about that comment. I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, yes, we were just talking about that. This is my mom, and she was recently on a cruise. I think it was maybe a year ago, Mom, and she had a reaction the first day, and she doesn't normally have food reactions or whatever. And I don't know, I'm probably going to mess the story up. Sorry, she'll tell me I got it wrong later. But what I do remember is, we don't know if it was a preservative or an ingredient or whatever, but the chef said, the main head chef came out to her, talked to her, said, let me know, blah, blah, blah. He made, every time they were in that restaurant, her meal, he made it for her, brought it out to her and said, is it okay? He wanted her feedback. He wanted her to follow up. He really, really was concerned that he wanted everyone to enjoy his food. So I think it was on a royal ship. I'm not sure.
It was on Carnival Sunshine.
Oh, it was on the Carnival Sunshine. Oh, that's right. Okay. Carnival Sunshine. Yep. Out of South Carolina. And
that's really awesome.
They gave her and she was just, she's got no, she's not any high status or anything. She was just another customer, and the chef had out. And I think I think you make a really good point, making that communication. And let's be honest, people, do it politely. I mean, I just saw a thread the other day, and somebody was complaining that they had requested a certain food and they were told the chip didn't have it, and they were angry. They
can't. I mean, they don't have Walmart.
What are you going to do? So there's got to be another option, right? Like Laura, like you said, there's always tons of fruit. There's always whatever. Make the best of it your way.
Well, and on the flip side of that, I was fairly new to traveling with my kids' new diet when we were on the Anthem, and so I was afraid to ask. I didn't want to be a pain. And once I learned that like you said, the chef was eager for us to have a good time and for us to enjoy our vacation. And I was like, oh, I'm giving them the opportunity to really serve me well and do their job in a way that gets them excited, Yeah. So don't be afraid.
That's really a fantastic point. You know what? Because I think that I would be the same way. I would feel a little intimidated, like I'm making them do extra work, or that I'm putting them out. I don't know. I might feel that way, but
yeah,
I really am. You're right. And matching that with the stories that I hear of the crew that really do, they're so happy when they can make your trip, your experience that much better.
One thing I did do that I wanted to show you, because with a lot of the crew, there is sometimes also the issue that English might be their second language. So sometimes seeing it in writing is helpful. So I made little dietary restriction cards that say what we can and can't have, so that it's even clearer. And they can even take this if they need to back to the chef. And
you're awesome. Right
there.
That's brilliant, actually.
Listen, you need to make a list of these tips and post it on your Instagram, post it on, you have Facebook too, right? Instagram, Facebook, put it, I mean, I know you have amazing, I know you do it all, whatever, but make just one little condensed overview of this chat on what was the best.
I'm thinking about making a PDF of this so other people can print it out and use it,
Absolutely. Really make a couple different ones.
So what cruise lines have you sailed with your family diet?
with this diet, we have done a Royal Caribbean cruise and a Disney cruise, but previous to this multi-layered diet, I was pescatarian, and on and off, we were doing gluten-free. I used to be a runner, and I found when I ran, I could do a half marathon without knee pain. But when I ate gluten, my knee hurt. So I have done other sailings where I asked for similar dietary restrictions. We've done 7 Disney cruises, 5 Royal Caribbean cruises, and 2 Norwegian cruises.
Okay. So were they pretty accommodating, the Royal and the Disney? Like, which one would you say is probably most accommodating for, food allergies, food sensitivities, things like that?
We had the best luck with Disney.
Mm-hmm.
We like the way that Disney does dining rotation, but your crew travels with you, your server goes with you to each of the restaurants. So that way we weren't having to start from scratch if we wanted to try a different restaurant. With Royal, we did find some really interesting quick serve options, like Sorrento's had a gluten-free pizza, and we could have them without cheese, and it was kind of nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That our big takeaway was that Royal was a little tricky, but I mean, not so tricky that we haven't already booked our next Royal cruise.
Work around it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Guys,
my dog is down here at my feet acting like a numbskull.
I'm so engrossed in the conversation, and I'm trying to keep up the chat, and I know I'm missing stuff like crazy. But this is a good question right here. Country Princess, hello.
Hello.
Do you do stuff for diabetes people? Do you have any insight on that?
I don't have insight specifically for diabetes. It's a topic that I want to learn more about, because I would like to be more of a resource for all kinds of travelers with dietary limitations, and learn both about type 1 and type 2 and what the needs are.
Yeah.
But I do know that cruises, in my experience, when I have been perusing the menus looking for what we can have, they're very careful about listing. There's almost always a sugar-free dessert option, and kind of helping you find those things. I think they get that question a lot.
Right. And I've noticed that too, because my dad's a type 2 diabetic.
Yeah.
And so I've noticed, like, there's lots of whole wheat options. There's lots of protein options. There's lots of sugar-free options, even desserts. And so I say that there are lots of options, even for people who are, type 1 and type 2 diabetic.
I suspect the cruises have been more aware of what diabetic diners need longer than they have what gluten-free diners need.
Yeah. You'll
probably get some really good service. But again, be a little bit of a squeaky wheel, and you'll get what you need.
Yeah. Hi. That's awesome. Thanks for being here tonight. Family of 4 traveling with DHDW, son 14 to 17 with autism. So I bet you run the gamut of food allergy sensitivities as well.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You gotta excuse my throat for a little bit. Yeah.
I will excuse your throat. I'll talk.
Yeah.
What is your favorite? What's been your favorite gluten-free option that you've come across? Because I'm going to be real honest with you, Amanda is not gluten-free.
Well, the awesome thing about this diet is the best luck you're going to have is going with whole foods. People are like, oh, we're going to have to reinvent the wheel. And I'm like, no, if you can make a nice piece of salmon and some simple broccoli or peas, my kids will be thrilled.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing the guy next to us is eating. Just make sure you don't accidentally put any, breading on it or butter on it, and it works for our diet.
Yeah.
So most of the time we're happiest whenever we're having kind of the same thing as everybody else.
Yeah.
But it's a whole foods approach.
Yeah. That's awesome. Let's see. Dana says,
Diana, coming back to you. I'm sure you have a lot of great experience cruising. Did I miss it, or do you have to follow dietary restrictions for them? I know a lot of times I work with in the community, and a lot of times dietary restrictions are followed for all different, whether you're going gluten-free or dye-free and all kinds of things. So
Or just having picky eaters and kids with sensory needs with their foods.
Absolutely. Yep. The sensory needs are real, and we're going to start right here at home with almost everybody in this house has a lot of those picky needs.
Yes, we have sensory issues right here. So I can sympathize with that one.
So we have a rule on a ship or on a vacation or anywhere with the kids, and they're getting to an age now, and I know that this is not possible with all kids, but I've tried, and it doesn't always work, but I really, really try. I want you to try one thing every day. You just, because when you're on a ship, right? We're not paying extra. Well, I'm not paying extra for it if you're not going to like it. But if it's included in the menu, I really want you to just take the smallest taste of it. You don't have to like it. You don't have to eat it. You can spit it out politely in your napkin. But I would really like you to try it. And I do try to encompass that with various textures, different tastes, different ethnic foods. Because I think, there's a whole slew of reasons, but, encouraging that can be good. On the flip side of that, that's not always possible, aside from dietary needs, but like you were talking about sensory needs or other needs too.
Yeah. So mom I watch on YouTube. She has little kids and she cooks things, and some of it, they're a dairy-free, gluten-free family as well. And she has littles. I think she has a newborn, and they have I don't know how many kids. Anyways, and her thing for trying something new is she will feed them. And she says almost 9 times out of 10, after they take 2 or 3 bites from her feeding them, they pick up the fork and start feeding themselves. I was like, you know what? That's genius, though.
Amen.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Well, similarly, whenever we are on a ship, if we take our child down the buffet line, there's always such a power struggle of I just want the chicken nugget. You can't have a chicken nugget. Our diet. And so they're so much happier if we either have one parent go talk to the chef or go stake out what we're going to get in advance, while the other parent brings the kids a little bit later and stakes out a table. Or on the flip side, they could, again, with the cruise fruit always being plentiful, they can get started with fruit or salad bar items, those things that very rarely get cross-contamination. So depending on how sensitive you are, those are safe to get started on while maybe I go talk to the staff. So that way, this is what you're going to try because it's what I gotcha. Yeah.
Ask a question. I have something. I got that frog that keeps popping up. But so you do more than just cruises, though, because you guys also do land based. I mean, you go all over, and you have some great videos out there. What's your favorite land based place that you guys have gone? Favorite meal you've ever had?
Well, you stole my question.
Aside from your unless it comes into a cool story, but what's
Julie, you stole my thunder. I had that question written down.
Oh, I mean, we're very, very predictable.
I'm going to squash this frog. I'm sorry, guys. Wine's probably not the best thing for it, but whatever.
If it helps you feel better, go for it. And we're extremely predictable, but our happy place to go right now is Disney, because Disney is probably the best at helping out families with dietary restrictions.
Yeah.
I can get gluten-free, dairy-free beignets. I can get Mickey waffles any day of the week.
Wow.
And I don't even have to think twice about it. Everywhere I go, there's going to be something for me to eat. And so much of being a mom is the burden of planning. Even if you're not the travel planner in your family, because for me, my husband does most of the actual booking of things. But I have to think through packing the outfits and what's in the carry-ons, and am I bringing snacks for the plane? And by the time I get there, I don't want to plan anymore. And when you have dietary restrictions, sometimes you feel like you still have to really be in control of it the whole trip. And at Disney, we're able to enjoy our vacation.
That's really awesome. So is it that easy on a Disney cruise?
It's pretty similar.
Okay.
Yeah, they do pretty great. I do. I'm excited to try other cruise lines. And Nick and I are going on a Virgin Voyages ship in June, and they're supposed to be really good.
Oh, I cannot wait to hear about it.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to. I want to go back to that comment real quick. I'm sorry. Hi, Julie. It's me, AJ and Melanie from the Breakaway, or you might remember us as the Blind Cruisers. I absolutely remember you guys. Oh, Amanda's got
my eyes twitching, y'all. I'm so sorry.
What the sweetest people, super nice. You guys, I hope that you had a really good experience. I can't wait to follow you guys. They have a channel, the Blind Cruisers, right? Did I get it right?
Yeah. This is another comment from them.
Yes, I would highly suggest anyone who is on a diet or has sensitive issues to fill out the special needs form and let the cruise line know so they can prepare in advance.
Yeah.
It's a great tip.
Good. Thank you, Alfred. Yeah, and that's something that we could have done better, I think, on Royal. Here's the issue. When we were on Royal, we thought we could show up and say, here's my card with my limitations. And they did great with the first one.
Mm-hmm.
But once you added a second one, and by the third one, there was no listening. So our third one on the list is soy. Mm-hmm. And we know that every night they made our desserts with soy milk instead of regular milk. And it was like soy whipped cream. And we were like, ooh. But if I filled out that form in advance, they might have had other dairy substitutes on board for us because we let them know.
Yeah, maybe some oat milk or something. Can you have oat milk?
Yeah, I didn't realize how much they leaned heavily on soy on Royal, and I should have given them a heads up about that.
Yeah, so that's a great tip. Traveler tip: fill out the form.
I love that. The way you explain that too, because I mean, Amanda, you get asked things all the time about travel and cruising. We get asked things all the time about travel and cruising. You know, whether it's, you know, what would you do? What ship do you want to go on? What destination? What flight? What do you do with kids? Whatever it is. But we're always learning. And we say that we love sharing the information. God bless you.
All night.
We do what we do because we're not afraid to kind of learn through the mistakes. Or not even mistakes, but just the trials and then we want to share it. That's why we started doing our channel. Like we had all this information. We loved to talk cruising, and everybody's like, "Shut up." So we're like,
we just love to talk.
Camera can't tell me to shut up, right?
Oh yeah, there are videos that are like, "Here's what we did," and it's first off, sorry, I'm totally distracted by Laura from Hello Ventures asking about gluten-free cat head biscuits. I had a great one in South Carolina at a place called Biscuit Head. They make awesome.
I've heard of them.
Cat head biscuits.
I have heard of them.
If you want to see my Greenville, South Carolina video on my channel, I do go there.
Plug right now. If you are not subscribed to 500 Travelers,
whoever she is,
all about travel and to 500 Travelers, like them, check them out. We'll definitely we'll drop their link in the chat. So sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
so look at this. I love this. So they said that they would have it because that the chefs plan their menus by the requests that are filled out on the special needs form. So that's really awesome. I like that. I'm a fan. So
yeah,
it must go back to your booking number.
Mm-hmm. They really do keep track of it more than like I thought. There's no way they can keep track of it, but they really do. And back to when you asked Amanda about what my favorite thing was, mm-hmm. It's almost always something that was chef's choice. Okay. There's a point where you look at the menu and go, it doesn't really work for me. Yeah. And the waiter goes, no problem, we'll take care of you. And the things they bring out are always so amazing.
That's cool. I don't want any of this. Would you just fix me something?
I want something couture. I would like kind. It makes me sound a little extra, but
I think that's a fantastic.
It might not be a good thing that I know that I could maybe possibly do that. I'm just saying.
Because then the chef really gets to flex their artistic muscles and do something fun.
Yeah, I love it. Well, we did chef's table here a couple of cruises ago, and I loved it. The rest of my family's like, it takes too long, blah blah blah. I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah. I like chef's table. Yeah. We had an okay experience, but I want to do some other lines, other times. We've done that with NCL and it worked out perfectly. Never was there a night that NCL didn't double check or triple check with us at the table to ensure our dietary needs were being met. That's really, really good to hear.
Love it.
I love it.
We will be RCL in our new menu. Okay. We have to check back and let us know, Dana.
Looking forward to that new menu for sure. Leave comments. We've all got YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. I mean, leave comments and let us know. We all appreciate the feedback, especially Laura. Not to kind of switch gears just a little bit, but Laura, so Laura and I, we live like in the same area. We're both in the same state, right? And and we met. We were about 5 minutes from each other, and I'm picking up the kids one day. Actually, no, Brian was picking up the kids one day. You should tell the story, Laura, and then because I want to piggyback on it and say
because Julie has a frog in her throat.
No, because I think you can tell how we met, and then I'll.
Okay. Yeah, I was picking up my son from camp and day camp, and I happened to see a T-shirt that said "How We Cruise," and I was like, I don't know what that is, but it sounds like something I would spend my time watching on YouTube. So I immediately texted my husband the name, and he was like, "What is this?" And I was like, "I'm coming home. We're watching it. Meet you at the TV in 10 minutes." And we did. And I immediately tried to comment and message with Julie and Brian. It was like, I don't know if I saw you or a fan. Someone was wearing a T-shirt. I need to know. Are you local? Hi. I have 4 videos on you.
Best friends.
Yeah, because I was very much a newbie. You guys were very encouraging.
Brian came home and he's like, "Well, I'm going to tell you our side." So we started our channel within not many months before that, right? You guys were just getting started, and Brian came home and he's like, "Somebody around here," and they're like, "Hey," I'm not, no kidding, guys. It's really, it's just it's weird. It's kind of weird when you do this, and I'm like, "Really?" So, I had to wear my shirt to pick up the next day so I could find Laura that week. And we got to know them. And I mean this very sincerely. You have amazing content. You do great videos. You're very informative. And seriously, I know that you're going to do well in this niche, because of food is really good. And there's lots of people with dietary needs and restrictions. So seriously, guys, she really is good at what she does. And she's entertaining as well.
Absolutely.
So she's got a beautiful family and some great editing skills. So,
and I'm going to say that this is probably a topic that's not talked about a whole lot. So you're putting content out there that's relevant and useful to so many people. And I really appreciate that. I think that's, I don't know. I don't like a bunch of just pomp and circumstance. I like useful, relative information.
Thank you.
I don't know. I can't talk, so whatever.
No, I'm reading all these comments. I'm sorry.
I keep going. Glasses on, glasses off. I'm sorry, my eyes twitching from the surgery.
This is YouTube.
Well,
over here.
There is the food aspect, but even for folks who don't have dietary restrictions, the food we eat's really good. So we do consider ourselves kind of foodies. So if you like food and travel, there's that aspect. Mm-hmm. But I also feel really strongly, and I think this is super important when you're cruising anytime, but especially if you're
sorry, I had to throw it up there.
He thinks he's funny.
So, when you're cruising with the dietary, we had to learn to shift our mindset, because when you cruise, food is an event. Some people cruise solely for the food, and we had to go, we might be a little disappointed sometimes if that's the sole reason we're there. Yeah. And so we do a lot more of going, okay, what's the event tonight? It's going to be we're going to go to the ice rink. We're going to go to the water show. We're going to what is the thing we're going to go to, so that it's not about the dinner, because
Right.
sometimes the dinner's great and sometimes it's just as good. We ate. Technically, we're not hungry anymore, but it wasn't a slam dunk, you know?
Yeah.
And so I love to feature that on the channel, the stuff we do that's not food.
And you know, quite frankly, I don't have any dietary restrictions, and sometimes the food is not a slam dunk.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, so that's pretty. That's all the way around.
we always try to make sure that we are spreading ourselves around and try to experience everything. And as a matter of fact, just a funny little anecdote, this last cruise that we went on for the first time ever, I think, maybe not me, but definitely Brian, we went 2 days and didn't eat lunch. Two different days.
I want to know why you did that. Because it wasn't good, or you weren't hungry? Like,
no, because we were so busy running around and just and meeting people. It was
like a million people last week.
So when you find stuff that you love to do, just run with it and go with it, because yeah, that's so much
that sounds like a great time to me.
What's your favorite type of excursion or show, or what's your favorite, what do you do like first or save for last on a ship?
Oh, we like to do itineraries that go to places that we would like to see, as opposed to, like, we're not really beachy people. We don't like sand getting in places that it shouldn't be. So, so we've done a lot of European cruises. We did a Holy Land cruise. We've done Alaska. We did Canada off the East Coast from New York.
You're right about Alaska.
Those are amazing. Like, I love Prince Edward Island.
Okay, so I am now officially jealous of all your cruises. Throwing it out there.
Yeah, and there was a little bit of a mind shift though whenever we had kids, because it's a little bit harder to do Pompeii with kids, and to do, you know,
you have younger kids too.
With kids.
One moment, Tony Diaz, you're banned from my channel. We eat. I don't know if you've ever been to any of our Monday night lives, but one of our things is we eat a Little Debbie cake every Monday night. So Tony Diaz, I don't know this with you right now. I am just kidding.
I should have brought some gluten-free, dairy-free pastry.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Before I came on the live, I had a nutty bar, ice cream bar. Julie got a picture of it. It was delicious. It was not gluten-free or sugar-free or fat. It was none of the fruit. And I'm a Weight Watcher, so I'll let you know how that works out.
I will say I do this diet for my child, but it's good for me too. I don't have to go on Weight Watchers. I'll put it that way.
It is good for everybody.
We need to be better, but oh boy, Julie, waiting for
but one of the things that you were asking about excursions, things we do on the ship, one of the things we did was to leave our kids in the kids club and get off the ship without them.
So
it felt so risky, and we were so like, I can't believe people do this.
I was going to ask you, how was that?
It was, I just wanted to run around Norway with my arms in the air. But since my kids have dietary restrictions, when I send them to the club, we went to the library and made these little buttons that say, like, I'm a vegetarian and don't feed me these things. So they have, since the shutdown and everyone came back, a lot of the cruise lines aren't feeding kids very much yet. I know, at least on Disney, they're not doing full meals with the kids, but they used to, and I'm sure it'll come back again.
Yeah.
So, so there has to be a way to also let them know and let your kids know. Thankfully, my kids kind of are rule followers and stick with the guidelines.
How long have you been doing this, the pescatarian diet with them?
Well, the pescatarian part has been their whole life. Okay. So you couldn't give them a steak.
Well, I guess I should say, how long have you changed their diet? You know,
the dairy-free thing was in 2020.
Okay, so they're getting pretty used to it at this point and know to ask for it, and it's just kind of normal to them now.
Yeah, like at school, Asher knows how to advocate. Someone will bring in cookies, and he'll go, "Is that a gluten-free cookie?" And if it's not, he's like, "I'm good, I'll pass." So
yeah, that's awesome.
High fives to him.
Yes, absolutely.
I find kids, especially when they grow up, and you know, in a very supportive and understanding and really working environment with us. They do get it. They get it very young. I know that everyone that we know that has their food allergies, like their or sensitivities or whatever it is, the kids are really on it. Like they're sometimes even more on it, the ones that we know, then they're like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure, Mom? Are you sure I can have this? So yeah, I think that they really kind of own it, which is really good.
Yeah.
We jumped in so quick, and we started talking about questions so fast. Did you introduce your family? I mean, like, you just want to give us an overview of like,
I have kids.
I don't know, maybe we did, but I was, we jumped right into the conversation.
No, we didn't. So I am married to Nick, and he and I have an 8-year-old, who's Asher, who is the one with ADHD, who is the one who's inspired us to make all these changes. And then my daughter just turned 5 this week, and my littlest is 2.5. So we've still got some very little ones, and we we have some experience with cruising and actually utilizing the nursery before you utilize the kids club. And I cruised pregnant a little bit, so I have some of those. They don't let you cruise very pregnant.
So Dana here is, I think, wanting to hear if you have anything else to add about leaving your kids on the ship while you were at port.
I was impressed that, so the time we did it was on a Disney ship, and they have an app that they can communicate with you even when you're in port.
Okay, that's
We went to dinner knowing that if they needed us, they could call us. And the whole time we sat, just like when you leave kids with the sitter and you have your phone on the table and you're like the whole dinner. We did that.
Yeah.
But it was nice to know that if they needed us, they could get us.
Yeah.
Right. So it was easy communication. That's really good.
And I think, warming up to it with a few nights with them in the kids club helped. The other thing that I've mentioned on my channel a few times is that we like to do family dinners. We take the kids with us to the main dining room, but we like to cut their dinner short and keep our dinners nice and leisurely. So we order their entrees to come out when our appetizers come out. And once they eat, we excuse ourselves, and Nick usually takes them up to the kids club and drops them off, and then comes back, and we can have another course or two at the date night.
That's brilliant.
I love it.
Before the shutdown, and everything, Royal, we were scheduled to go on a Royal ship, and our kids were young and at that age, and they actually had a program with the kids club where they would come pick them up at dinner. So you would just tell them that you had the kids, they would bring them out right away, and then you could sit and enjoy the rest of your meal, and the kids would be whisked away. And it was just like, you didn't have to rush. You didn't have to worry about them,
Isn't that still an option? Isn't that called family? I'm asking, is it called family time? Is that what
as far as I know, it is, but it hasn't come back yet, as far as I know.
Gotcha.
I know of. Disney used to do it too. The kids club staff would come through like the Pied Piper, and all the kids would follow them through the
I think it will be back. I do. I think it'll be back.
It hasn't come back, but
the last 2 cruises we went on, I mean, everything's coming back.
Yeah, it is. I mean, faster to the fun's back with Carnival, and I really thought that'd be one of the very last things that got brought back. And it's back now. So it's definitely, everything is getting very, very close to normal.
If anybody does have a question too in the chat, this does not have to be limited to food, dietary, whatever. Feel free to ask us anything about travel with kids, We're good.
Yeah, because my kids, there's several new people in here that I've never met. My kids are 14 and 12. I have Philip, who's 14, Mallory, who's 12. And my kids hated the kids club when they were 9 and 11, or however old they were. Anyway, math, whatever. But now that they're in the teen club, they love it.
Oh, good.
Who knew?
Our experience too has been that our kids tried it but didn't love it. But I think that's because when they've cruised, they've been with a lot of other friends, and they were separated when they were in the kids club, and they weren't separated when they were out. I think that I know that our upcoming cruises, Brian, who is our oldest, he's going to be 12. So we have 3 kids, just, for anybody that's new out there that's just tuning in. Brian and myself, my husband and myself, have 3 kids. He's waving offline out of the corner of my eye. Brian, Kevin, and Katie. Katie just turned 8. Kevin turns 9 in a couple days, and Brian is 12 or will be 12. And he cannot wait for the upcoming cruises where he's in that teen club.
Yeah.
Or that middle.
It's totally different because it's like they come and go as they please. So it gives them a little more freedom. I'm not a fan of freedom. I don't like it, but whatever. But it's good for them because they feel a little more in control. And not like, I don't know, I guess they didn't like me dropping them off and leaving them because they've never been to daycare. I've been a stay-at-home mom since day one. So I don't know what it was about it they didn't like, but they didn't like something about it. So
different cruise lines have different styles of kids clubs, and you have to know what your kid likes, because we found Royal was really structured. Yeah. And so my ADHD kid, that was not how he wanted to spend his vacation. It felt like school to him. Yeah. Whereas Disney has so many options that you can pick and choose from. So he can, he's very into variety and novelty, and he can explore all kinds of things. And as soon as he gets bored with something, go do something else. Yeah. So that works for him. But I think my daughter would love the Royal Kids Club. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm anxious. We sail Oasis of the Seas with the How We Cruise group cruise in June of this year. Very excited for our first Royal cruise. And my kids are excited and ready to try out the teen clubs on Royal to see how they like them. What they love about the Carnival ones is they do scavenger hunts, and they do dance parties, and they do movie night in the teen club, and they do art contest, and they have a prom, and blah, 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 blah. They love all of it. And so I love how much they enjoy their vacation. And I love that they get to enjoy their vacation doing things that are age appropriate for them.
Yeah. Diana, I would just want to jump on your comments. Leave us a message or send me a message. Send me a Facebook Messenger message or send me something. I would love to chat with you a little bit more offline and ask you some questions. Because for those of you who don't know, I am an occupational therapist, and I work a lot with kids with autism and on the spectrum, and also with kids with special needs and sensory needs. So I have some brain picking to do with you, if you wouldn't mind that. Yeah. So anyway, and I see Miss lovely Amanda over there is sporting her family reunion group cruise shirt too, because we are going to be cruising with her in May. And my kids are really looking forward to that. They're really, 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 we're all looking forward to it. My kids are really looking forward to it. They cannot wait.
I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Yes.
Well, the reason I'm most excited, I'm cruising with a bunch of my friends, and that's great. But we're going to Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao. We're going to the ABC Islands. So really, really excited for that. But y'all come in second, June.
Yeah, I'm it's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm sorry. I'm listening and reading the comments at the same time.
Yeah, I like Brian's question, Julie. Where do you volunteer?
About it. So I volunteer with an organization called Autism on the Seas, and Autism on the Seas is an agency that does wonderful things and has the best people just providing amazing services. But I will leave them to speak for that. But I can say this.
Okay, so here's my question about it. So where could one find more information on
They have a website. They have a website.
AutismOnTheSeas.com?
It may be AOTS.org.
I wonder if one of our moderators could pop a link in the chat.
Yeah. Well, I'll post some information.
That way they could do their own research and
definitely, absolutely, definitely. I never want to speak out of turn.
Right.
I never want to speak out of turn, but it's wonderful, and I encourage you to look for them. And
what you could share of it, I absolutely loved hearing and seeing. It was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, there may be ones coming up in the future, so stay tuned. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm definitely open to it. How about that? I'm definitely open to it. I can't wait for the opportunity to go back.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome.
That's incredible.
Diana, have you been with that? Have you sailed with them?
You don't have to wait. Well, we're giving her a second in the chat.
Oh, it is autism on the C's. Okay.
Yeah. Have you, Laura, and this is just going to go back to the, what do we call it? Tricky diets. When you cruise, if you don't fill out the form in advance, have you ever done that? Have you ever gotten on a cruise and not filled out the form in advance and just gotten on there and said, hey, here's what I can and can't eat?
Yeah.
How do they react to that?
For the most part, kind of the same. I mean, it's interesting. There were a few times on our Anthem of the Sea sailing where we asked for something that they couldn't accommodate. And it was interesting to have them almost say like, oh, you didn't ask the right way.
Yeah.
We can't help you because you didn't ask the right way. And I was like, oh, I didn't. Oh, it's my fault. Okay. But when they could accommodate, they wanted to, and they helped out a lot.
Yeah. So this is my husband. He's downstairs. I can hear his phone actually. And he would like to know, is pescatarian diet only fish or does it include all seafood?
Okay. For our family, it's different. So some people are pescatarian as like a version of vegetarian because they don't want to eat meat.
Mm-hmm.
And some of those people will eat shellfish. Our family is pescatarian as a way of keeping kosher. And so we wouldn't eat shrimp or crab or lobster.
Okay.
Kosher.
That's a really easy way to say it too. Yeah.
I say it, we eat the fish that make this face.
Okay. That is the best way to explain it right there. Never explain it any other way than that, than showing the face. That was awesome.
The servers love when I do that.
The question is, my moderator over here is bugging me, and I forget what. Let's see.
What's your question? Did you say he had a question?
No, I had a question, and I don't know. I'm just
yeah.
Oh, Tony Diaz. Let's see. Autism was on a cruise what we were on, but we didn't use them. But they kept coming to ask us if we needed help. Tony, that's just so amazing and lovely to hear.
That is.
It's wonderful.
Even though you don't like Little Debbie's, I'm glad to hear that.
Tony, we're sailing with you one day. Diana has one above this too for years, and also recently was able to encounter with someone who we know personally works with the program. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can speak personally and say that it's wonderful.
That's incredible. And I thought Tony was trying to come on the HowWeCruise group cruise in June. Is he not?
Yeah, he doesn't have a room booked. We've chatted lots. We know we're gonna get to cruise with Tony sooner or later.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about it.
That cruise is.
Tony, I want to cruise with your whole family. We need to find one where you can get everybody on.
All right, we got another QQQ. Desserts. Josh is a large human. He's 6'7", and I won't tell you how much he weighs. It's less than 300. It's more than 250. Wow. It's somewhere in there. So he is a huge man who loves desserts. What do you got? What do you guys normally like? What are your options? If any?
I've seen videos of Josh in a New York City cab. It's funny. The issue is less gluten-free and more the dairy-free aspect. For some reason, they're like, "Oh, you're dairy-free. You must love raspberry sorbet." Everybody wants to do raspberry. I don't know why.
I'm sorry.
But there's almost always, sometimes they're prepackaged and sometimes they're fresh made on board, but there's almost always brownies or cookies or something that does fit our dietary restriction. On our last Disney cruise, what was clearly the same brownie, just on a different arrangement on the plate, but the same brownie every night for we're good. But I mean, there were options. I will say our last Disney cruise was on the Disney Dream, and they have a sweet shop called Allergies that has a whole ice cream shop set up where you can get all kinds of cones and cups and toppings and sundaes. And they had at least 3 or 4 non-dairy flavors that were gluten-free that I swear were like Ben and Jerry's. They were so stinking good. For an additional charge, but worth it.
Well, there you go. I mean, you got to have your ice cream and eat it too.
Yeah.
So winning.
Yeah.
That's awesome. There you go. So cruise on the Disney Wish if you want really good ice cream that is dairy free and
Gluten-free.
gluten free. I don't want to say the wrong free.
No.
You personally, do you prefer sweet or savory?
Oh, I'm a sweet snack. I'm a salty snacker.
Okay.
I am too.
And
I'm just a snacker.
Yeah.
So
Even
I'll gravitate towards the salt and the savory any day over the sweet, but I like a good sweet one as well. And if you can combine the two, oh, then I'm in heaven.
that's the thing. And that's what kills me, because I used to, when I'd cruise, everything was caramel, like sticky toffee pudding and things with butterscotch that were like salty sweet desserts.
Mhm.
And those are almost never dairy free. They're almost always a butter base.
Mhm.
I would kill for a sticky toffee pudding.
Yeah. All right. So if we ever do a Disney group cruise, got our first cabin booked.
That's it.
That's awesome. I have never actually done a Disney cruise. Julie, I don't think you guys have either, have you?
I have not, but Brian has.
Okay.
Brian's
Josh and I were watching, we enjoy watching Ordinary Adventures, and they do like all kinds of traveling. And I was just watching one, they were on the Disney, which one has Rapunzel on the back? Is it the Wish?
The Wish, the new one.
Yeah. And I'm sitting in, they were Castaway Key K.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, I kind of want to go on that.
Yeah, I like the Wish, but the sailings are all like 4 days. Like I'm a
7-day or more.
I find that a lot about Disney. Like a lot of they have their longer ones, but I feel like they have more of the shorter ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I know why, but
yeah,
I can't wait. I will do it one day. I cannot wait.
Yeah.
So Disney is really on the bucket list.
I want to, I love a good 8-day cruise. So I'm going on a 4-day with Mallory in April. I'm not really stoked. I'm very stoked about the cruise. I'm not stoked about it being a 4-day. I wish it was a 7.
Yeah.
What's your favorite length of cruise, Laura?
It has to be at least 5, bare minimum. One time we had 2 back-to-back 3-day cruises, and we thought that would get us there, and it was like,
no, was it a pain?
Yeah. It did Castaway Key twice though. But no, we do some 10-day cruises that are just fantastic. And here's the thing: you usually sacrifice the ship. You end up with like an older, smaller ship, but you get such cool ports. And I told you, like, we do it for the ports and the European stops, and you can't.
Yeah. I absolutely love the older ships. I love the newer ships. I just love a ship. I mean,
any cruise is a good cruise unless it's on the Pride.
I like. It's so funny. This just came up because me and Brian were just debating this, and he prefers like a 4 or 5-day cruise.
Really?
I'm with you, Laura. It needs to be a minimum of like 5 days. Like I think it's not worth my time packing, getting there, unpacking, doing the whole thing, and getting home. Come on.
But that's the different. That's the different perspective of a mom.
Yes.
That's true. No, that's true.
Bad.
Yes.
We're the ones unpacking and settling in.
But even if it was just me, maybe not. And if I lived we live close to Bayonne, or New York, so we can get there pretty darn close or quick. But there's no really quick itineraries from New York or Bayonne. So if I live down south, maybe if I live close to a port and could just hop on, then definitely. Yeah. But for me, right now, minimum of 5 days. I'd prefer at least. I like 7. I love 7, maybe 8. By the end of 7 to 8, I'm ready to go home though.
The thing I like most about the 8-day is the 2 sea days coming back.
I like, Oasis has that, and that's a 7-day. So yeah. But you know what? Again, that's probably because I'm a mom and I'm packing up 3 kids, and I'm worrying about them no matter what. Because
I'm in a little bit different stage than y'all because mine are older. So I say, here's your suitcases, put your stuff in. And it's beautiful. And now Mallory, I got 2 different personalities, right? Mallory's just like, and Philip, putting all his stuff in there nice and neat, and she's chunking. But that does help. Because sometimes we don't even pack till the morning we leave.
My kids are still little, so we still do like the coordinating outfits for dinners,
Yeah.
and but whenever we go on a longer cruise, I get to be the mom in the laundry room. So I actually have a video of like doing laundry on the Disney ship, and it's magical because it's Disney laundry, but I'm doing laundry on vacation,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the story of our lives as mothers.
I'm sorry, y'all. I keep getting like sucked in with these comments. And I can hear my family downstairs making fun of me. That's not at all.
Well, it's not coming through this way. So, yeah, I saw my mom post over there. She's going on a 15-day cruise soon for her first time.
Julie, would you kick them for me?
Your husband told me to do this.
See, that was Mallory. They're downstairs making fun of me.
Dana, that Mediterranean cruise sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I have so many things on my list right now, guys. It's not even funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I see you. Yes, I see that.
Yes.
I still don't think, and I think, Amanda, we may have had this conversation before. I still don't think I could do laundry on a cruise, but I could if it was just me, or if it was just maybe one of my kids. But now that there's I don't know.
Yeah. So Laura, I don't know.
Laundry sometimes.
You may not know this.
I would send out for it for sure. Yeah, definitely.
But I am one cruise away from being platinum on Carnival. And the reason that's so important to me is because I want to be able to send off laundry.
Yeah.
But without having to pay for it.
That's definitely worth it.
The XL class ships that Carnival's just put out do not have self-service laundry rooms. And that really bothers me because even though my kids are older, they're messy. And, there's sauce right down the middle of their shirt. And they find dirt somehow on a cruise ship and they roll in it. And I'm like, we didn't pack every single piece of clothing that you have. So I have to do laundry. So on the Mardi Gras, I had to send out, and I didn't like it because it cost me a lot of money.
Laura, I have not even unpacked yet. But sorry, I was talking to Laura from Huddle. My suitcase is legit still there, and Brian's like, "You can take care of that." I was like, "Yeah, I promise."
One of these days,
struggle is real.
Because well, if we're sailing Disney out of Port Canaveral, we will sometimes do a Disney World trip in conjunction with our Disney cruise. Mm-hmm. And then you've got, let's be honest, if it's, 10 months out of the year, you are sweating through your clothes in Orlando. And then you're going to go wear those clothes on the ship and feel pretty. I hear you. Everything gets washed.
Does Disney have self-service laundry? I need to know.
They do.
See, yep. That's all. Just give me a wash machine and a dryer. I can handle the rest.
So I'm just gonna piggyback on that, and then maybe we should start wrapping it up. I don't know. We're past an hour. We're just having such a good time talking. So I was used to cruising Carnival, and Carnival has their laundry rooms, and it was great. And the first time that I went on a Royal ship, I wasn't expecting them. And we did know this beforehand because I did my research, but I was like, no, that can't be true. And I got on the ship to figure it out. Royal does not have their own laundry rooms. They don't have self-serve laundry rooms. Oh, I think I just broke it apart. Just a heads up, Amanda.
No.
You can send it out, but they don't have any laundry rooms. I know Oasis doesn't. Sorry?
Have you experienced Royal doing a discounted day for sending out your laundry?
Yes, I think they do.
Yes, it's great.
It's usually like day 3 or something.
Yeah.
Or 4.
So you wait for the discount day.
Yes. Yep.
I'll just send it all.
Whatever they can
pay for it.
That little bag. But
congratulations, Josh. You're paying for laundry on the Oasis of the Seas and the Icon of the Seas.
Yes. Cannot wait. Guys, I love all the lines. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah. We're actually, Josh and I are talking about cruising out of Mobile in March because we've never cruised out of Mobile. We've never cruised on the Spirit, and it's going to 4 ports. It's an 8-day, but it's going to Bimini and Princess Key or K, whatever. So it's 2 other ports that we've been to, but those 2 would be new for us. So I'm like, ooh, new. Yes, let's do it.
That's going to be great.
And they have self-service laundry.
I love that idea, Diana. Yeah. Definitely have I find that in the wintertime it's easy, but in the summertime I'm always I'm digging into it.
Well, Julie, do you have any other questions for Laura?
You know what? No, I'm having a great time. I think that we need to just go back and read through all of this amazing stuff. And Laura, thank you so much for coming on with us. It was really a pleasure.
Yeah.
Guys, remember,
fun. You make me want to go on a group cruise.
Well, come on.
yeah. Well, let's just plug that for 1 second.
Do it.
If you have dietary restrictions, if you have dietary needs, if you have special needs, if you have centuries, there is a cruise for everybody.
Yes.
But like, don't think that because you're going with a group and you might have something, something that you need to have accommodated, you still can be totally a part of that group. Our friends experienced that last June. I'm just going to plug one more time. I will say Autism on the Seas, if you want to check them out, because they are groups and they, handle all kinds of special needs. There is a cruise for everybody. The Blind Cruisers, if you have an opportunity to check out their channel, we just got to meet them. What amazing people. And they really talk about special accommodations on ships and things of that sort. So
yeah, there's definitely a cruise for everybody. Yeah. And make sure you have subscribed to Laura if you haven't already. The link for their channel is in both mine and Julie's chat rooms. And if you're not subscribed to Brian and Julie or to Josh and I, make sure you hit that.
Yes, please. Have Luggage Will Travel. How We Cruise.
Yes.
500 Travelers. And I do want to clarify the Blind Cruisers. Their channel is in the making and in the works. Okay. I don't believe that it's live yet. So if you go looking for it, they're starting it, but it's coming, and they were just wonderful, wonderful people.
So let me ask you this about them: is their name indicative to anything?
They have special needs. They have special accommodations. AJ and Melody, and they're blind. And from the brief conversation that I had with them, but on a couple of occasions, because we ran into each other a few times, they talked about how they fill out the accessibility form and the ship, like they'll give them tours, they help them out, they help them learn the ship. So that way they have.
That's incredible. I love that.
Yeah. So anyway, I really look forward to that because they were nice people, and I love learning. how other people cruise.
Absolutely.
I mean, we try to tell people how we cruise, but I want to know how you cruise.
Kind of like the name of your channel almost.
All right, guys, it's getting late. We're getting a little silly. So guys, if we missed you in the chat, I'm so sorry. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope that you come back. Amanda, our plan it is coming up. We're not doing this every week, guys, but we'll make sure that we get our thumbnails up.
We're planning once a month, right?
Yep. We're gonna pick a good day, we'll put up a thumbnail, and we'll give you guys some advanced notice so that way you can all tune in.
Yes. So thank you all for being here. Y'all are all special to us. Y'all are the reason that we get to do what we do. I know I said it Monday night, but I meant it, and I mean it again. If it weren't for you guys here in the chat, and not in the chat, but just here watching, we literally couldn't do what we do. So y'all are all incredible, and I love each and every one of you. And I'm going to say my out, and I'm going to sit here in silence. If you have luggage, you should be traveling.
I just want to add, if you're watching this on the replay and you have a question, you have a comment, make sure you drop it in the comments. Let us know. Let us know that you watched it. Let us know if you liked it. And you can always reach out to any one of us on our individual channels, or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever everybody's got. So we will see you on the seas. Laura, we got to get you a good tagline.
Yeah.
You have a tagline? You don't have a tagline.
Bye, travelers.
Bye, guys.
Bye.